They're not going to get their comeuppance in court. They're going to lie and they're going to escape responsibility.
If you're a cop, you should know that people that use the system are guilty.
That's true, but it's not our job to go around and take
It is
justice into our own hands.
It's not in your own hands. It's reality. I was in jail for nothing. The person that accused me should have been charged.
So what did these women do to you that made you have to kill them? That's the burning question of the day.
So I'm in jail for nothing, and that doesn't matter to you?
Not right now, no, because you going into jail for a little while kind of pales in comparison to being dead. Don't you think?
I think it's quite important that when innocent people go to jail, the police don't do anything about it. They don't investigate. They don't care.
Well, you know what, really, why do we have to do anything about it when we have you to take care of these problems?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very evident what I'm talking about. We're way beyond. Listen, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the question out of my mouth this whole time we've been here was certainly not, did you kill those 3 girls? Because you did. That's very clear from this investigation. And witnesses and evidence. I'm not asking that question. That's not a question I need an answer to. That's not what I care about. It's irrelevant. It's a moot point. My only concern was why you did this to them. What could they possibly have done to make you so angry that you decided in September of 2015 to go and kill these 3 women? And the only rational explanation I can think of is that they obviously hurt you in some way. Either rejected you, or lied to you, or somehow disrespected you. That's the rational explanation from the rational person looking in at this. Unless I'm missing something glaringly obvious.
Obviously you are. I keep telling you that I was framed, that I'd done time in jail, which ruined my reputation, ruined.
Well, you certainly weren't framed this week. I mean, maybe something happened to you when you went to jail, and maybe something went awry with the investigation. I do not know. If that was the case, that's most unfortunate. But speaking about that investigation right now is not my concern, and it should not be your concern.
I fail to agree with you. I think it should be your concern.
Well, we have to have a hierarchy of concerns, Basil. I'm sure you can understand that.
Yeah, well, you have to start at the lower key and work up to the hierarchy to understand it.
Well, that's not the way the world works. Come on, we both know that.
That's the way it should work.
Well, there's the way it should work ideally, and then there's the way it does work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
And I don't think that the people in this community would appreciate me ignoring you having taken the lives of those 3 girls just to go open up a case where you may have been wrongly charged years ago that you don't even want to tell me about.
Just using words so small, just like Basil's life is just a case. Basil's life is a bunch of cases and police officers who maliciously prosecute.
Oh, Basil's life is a big case right now. Yes, it is. It's very big. It's very big in the news all across Ontario.
And the police made it that way.
No, the media made it that way.
Yeah.
Actually, you made it that way. You are the one that made it that way. You made this situation, not me. I was minding my own business in Sudbury yesterday. No idea who you were. But here I am, in a room, talking to you, trying to find out who you are, trying to find a reasonable explanation for why this happened. Trying to find some shred of hope that the community is going to hear and have an understanding of why things like this happen. What was done to you
If the community
that hurt you so
wanted to
badly
know,
that you had to
if
do
the
these
community
things?
wanted to know, they would start an independent inquiry and look into the past. How did it ever evolve to get to this? Because Basil Borutski is a kind, caring, God-fearing human being. So how
You know
did I
what?
get there?
That is a point we agree on.
We need to go back to the past and find out how could this have happened.
That is a point we agree on. If there's one thing I do know, what people have said about you is you're a kind, caring person, which is why I'm having a difficulty with this contrast in behavior. Even these women that are no longer with us have said that about you, stood by you in the past when you were charged. Friends that you have, friends that they have, said that you were a good, caring person. From what I understand, it looks like you're acting as a handyman for some of these women, helping them out when they in their time of need. So I would agree with you that yes, that is what people say about Basil, that he is a caring, good person. The religious side wasn't apparent until I sat down and started talking to you, but I can obviously see that as well. Make no mistake, people aren't out there saying that you're some kind of terrible person, which is one of the reasons why I agreed to come here from Sudbury to talk to you today. Is because that's the kind of things that people are saying to you. They are saying that you're a good person. You are helping. You are caring. And I don't understand how this happened, just like everybody else doesn't understand. And that's why I wanted to take the time to come here and talk with you. It would have been easy for me just to go to the investigator and say, oh yeah, look, you got enough here. See you later. I don't need to talk to this guy. You got better things to do. But I wanted to take the time to talk to you.
And when I
Because I don't understand.
Talk over me some more. You said anytime you want, just,
Yeah.
And every time I do, you just keep on talking.
I'm sorry for that.
Yeah, you're sorry, all right.
But what did you want to say?
Every time I try to tell you the proper thing to do is to find out that I was innocent of all those charges, all those times dragged through court.
Okay.
And that there was police officers that constantly didn't do what they were supposed to do, constantly tried to frame Basil. And then you'll see how it evolved, little by little by little, to the point where Basil has no choice. The system is just screwing him.
So which cases are we talking about here? What do you want me to look into? What are the officers' names? I'm going to write them down.
Oh, you didn't write down already?
No, I didn't write
It wasn't
down.
even important to you about Kathy Sinowski, Ian Anderson,
Okay.
and the past, and how Reggie Armonis.
Basil, I need you to slow down for me. I can't. That's why I didn't get them the first time around. You blew through them so fast, and you're on to the next thing. I didn't even hear them other than Kathy somebody. Kathy. Basil. Sernowski.
Maiden name, she's married to a cop. I think
She's your wife's niece, is that correct?
right.
Okay. She's married to a cop.
I believe her married name is Lemelin or something like that. She threatened to shoot me when she was going to police college. Now she teaches police.
She threatened to shoot you.
Right on.
So what was the case I'm looking into here? What was the allegation that you feel you're wrongly convicted of or somebody lied in?
I believe that time that the wife took off with her first cousin and lived with him for 6 months. And
your wife?
That's right.
Okay.
And then she made a fictitious charge that supposedly happened years before, or whatever you call it, just so that she could get custody of the children. And she got Kathy and Ian to call the officer investigating Reggie Armonis. And the first thing Reggie done was the proper thing.
Hold on a second. Reggie Armonis?
Armonis. Pembroke Police at the time. I don't know where she is now.
Armonis. Pembroke Police. Okay. Sorry. So Reggie was investigating. So she said she made up some story you're saying to gain leverage to get...
Anderson wasn't even a cop here. He was somewhere in Northern Ontario, and Kathy was here, and I don't know where she went to college. She went up there too after then she broke up with him and she married some other cop here. But she got the ex-wife got Kathy to phone and talk to Ian. Ian phoned Reggie, said that he had knowledge of me assaulting my wife, which was a direct lie because I've never met the man in my life, so knowledge is knowing. And then Reggie came back and turned around. The whole story changed. Reggie told me to take my child home, which I did. Everything was good. When I brought the kid back, all this had gone down, and I ended up getting charged with a historic 6-year-old something. And then,
Okay.
and my ex-wife charged me twice
So,
with charges.
Basil, what was your wife's
I'm
name?
still talking. I didn't butt in. Or, please don't butt in. If you want to hear a story, let me continue.
I just need to know, is this a different case so I can box it off?
It's the same.
Okay, same case.
Why do you think cases are just like a few words and it's over?
No.
There's a reality to things, Truth. If you read the Bible, maybe if you had a little Latin, you'd understand.
Okay. Can I just ask your wife's name?
No, stop. My ex-wife was seeing her first cousin, and she thought she was going to lose custody of the girls. So she made up all these stories about me raping her and assaulting her, and I forget how many charges, 12 something. And they were all ended up, I was found not guilty of. But I was run through the ringer, my reputation ruined. And all because she couldn't face the truth, thought the only way was to keep the children or get custody was to say bad things with me. She even went to the shelter months after she was living with the guy, pretending that she was afraid of me. Why would she go to a shelter? When she went there, I thought it was because the guy she was with was beating on her. The whole system. So in reality, the wife charged me 3 times. Twice I was found not guilty with a jury, with a judge alone, and then the last time, I forget what they called it, she refused to go through with it because she said it was because she had cancer, But it lasted long enough that she got what she wanted from the family court, made me look like an asshole. And then charges were dropped, or whatever, stayed, that's the word.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want them stayed. I wanted to go to court and be proven not guilty because I wasn't. The system should have seen 3 times the same charges, found not guilty of 20, and she's doing it again. But they didn't. They didn't even try to see the truth. Get Basil. And then there's, even with Anastasia Kuzik, she sells my tractor. When the police are called, the police officer says, that's stealing, that's theft. When the police officer's called, he says, we're not going to do anything about it, it's a sensitive situation. Sensitive? She stole my tractor and sold it. What does that make her out to be? And the police protected that theft. Corruption, man, corruption. Another police officer, Miller, are you writing them down?
Yep. Do you know his first name?
No, I never ran into much with him.
Pembroke or OBB?
Killer.
Okay.
I got beaten with a baseball bat in the field. I didn't know why I was getting beaten. And it took a year or 2 later for me to finally find out Natalie Warmerdan was screwing the neighbor while she was married to her husband before I came along. When I came along, he was pissed off. I often wondered why the man didn't like me. I tried to help him. I helped him fix his pool. And then one day I'm getting beaten with a baseball bat because my baler caught fire. I'd done nothing wrong, totally innocent. And I find out it's because all those time I was there, it was because I took his affair girlfriend next door. I had no idea. So I get it beaten with a baseball bat, could have been killed. Miller comes along, and the first thing they say is, Basil, you're under arrest. I said, for what? He said, you're drinking beer. So what? I'm on my own property. I'm having a beer after a fire. And it took the Crown Attorney to look that through and see that it was wrong, and made Miller go back and charge the guy with assault. The guy hit me 3 times with a baseball bat, and finally I got to hit him and broke his nose. Other than that, I would probably be dead. And I ended up charged. Unbelievable. And I'm a cripple. And here's a young guy with a baseball bat beating on me. And in the end, he gets like 6 months probation or something. He beat me with a baseball bat. Attempted murder. But he was beating on Basil Borutski. Makes it okay. I understand. Understand how it works. The police have never treated me fair. The system has not treated me fair. I never lied in court. I never lied with my ex-wife. I never lied any of it. But the court system seems to want to believe the lies instead of the truth.
It certainly sounds like you've had a rough go with justice.
My ex-wife was raped by her brother from the age of 12 years till I don't know how old. I dealt with that. I tried. If the police would have simply looked in, and the man's still walking around scot-free. That would be Kathy's uncle, Constable Kathy. And they all hide the big family secret, and he didn't just do it to my ex-wife. And everybody thinks I hate my ex-wife for all those charges she laid against me. I don't hate her. I understand she went through hell. I just wish she'd tell the truth, face reality.
Well, that's what we all want, Basil, is ultimately we all want people to tell the truth. And I think you're telling me the truth right now with all these things that happened to you.
So then what we should do is open an independent investigation and find out the truth, find out why this came to this. And there's a hell of a lot more.
Is this but Basil, is this the extent we have to go to draw light on your situation?
That's what you gotta do. You gotta start from the beginning where the seed was sown, and then you'll see how it snowballed and snowballed and snowballed to the point where Natalie took advantage of the system and Anastasia took advantage of the system because the police had built me up into, it was just so easy for them.
Well, it's certainly hard. It's, you know what, I'm going to tell you, Basil, it's definitely hard when you don't know somebody. Like you, I didn't know you until today. Not that I know you right now, but a little bit. But when you don't know somebody and all you have is police reports or the word of mouth of other people, which may or may not be the truth, you know, it's certainly hard for people to, I think, ignore that altogether, right or wrong, even if they have the wrong opinion of somebody. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm listening, I'm not sure.
Like if you don't know me at all, if you didn't know me at all you had were stories about me that other people told you, you would develop an opinion of me before you even met me.
From hearing stories about you?
Yeah.
Hardly.
Yeah. Most people.
It would be against my religion. I would not do that. I do not judge people unless it's direct contact.
And
And I only believe half of what I see, none of what I hear. Because I know about the system, how people.
and that's an exceptional way to live life, but
That's the proper way.
But it is the proper way, but let's be honest.
Let
Most
me
people
tell you
can't
this.
do
Let
that.
me tell you this. I'm telling you what needs to be done here. And one of the big things in my life is that maybe I have to go through all of this because I believe that there's a poem called Success, Ralph Waldo Emerson. And part of it is social change. Or I wish I knew the thing off my head. I do know it, but I'm too stressed. But it's about
Take your
changing.
time.
It's about having what success is, having a healthy child, a garden patch, a redeemed social condition. If anything, out of all of this, I'm trying to tell you the social condition of people using the police and the system to their advantage by lying and letting it go as far as innocent people being in jail. Because I've been in jail, I never got time, but just think about all those times I was charged by my wife. I was in jail, out of jail, in jail, out of jail. My reputation, even though I was found not guilty, I had a criminal record for 20 years or something. That wasn't supposed to be there.
Did you try and get it?
Is that fair?
Did you?
I ended up getting it removed after I realized 20 years later. You know what it's like to live with a criminal record? When you're not a criminal, when you're not supposed to have one, and then you find out, oh, all those years, that's why when the cop stopped me, that's why he was such an asshole to me, because I had a criminal record that I'm not supposed to have. I was found not guilty.
Yeah.
Don't yap me, because even when I told the judge, he said, so what? He didn't understand.
No, all I'm saying is I can see why that would be frustrating and make you angry, especially
Frustrating. It's so unfair. It's so
when
wrong.
it's going against the belief of the way you should
When
be
it's going
living
against
life.
who you really are, your good character, and then you're being judged by something that's not true, not right. Even though you were found not guilty, you're still seen as guilty because the record was not removed. Should never have been there in the first place.
That's what I was saying a minute ago, Basil, about when you hear stories about somebody and you don't know them. It's the same thing as looking and seeing a criminal record and that's telling the story when you don't know the person. That's what I was getting at earlier. That's why I say I understand why you would be upset by that. Especially when I see the way you're trying to live your life with your beliefs. That's exactly what I was getting at. Whether it's a criminal record, that or report you're reading about somebody, or you're hearing it from someone's word of mouth that's not true. It's just like you said, if you could go through life only believing what you believe when you meet the person, not what you hear, that'd be great. Unfortunately, not many people in the world can live life like you are.
If they have to experience my experiences, they learn that that's the only way to trust nobody.
Well, trust is certainly something you earn.
Believe nobody.
Basil, I want to ask you a question. And it's something I ask a lot of people that I talk to because I'm interested in what they think about it. If I was to ask you how you would describe yourself on a day-to-day basis in terms of your truthfulness, and let's say we had a scale of 1 to 10, and a 1 is a person who never tells the truth, constant liar, and a 10 is the perfect angel, someone who speaks nothing but the truth all the time. Realistically, where would you put yourself?
An 8 or a 9 because I do tell what I would call white lies if I have to go around something so as not to hurt somebody, or I may not tell something that I know if I think it's going to hurt my daughter or something, or that kind of stuff. So, but as far as telling the truth about what's really going on, then I'd be just a 10.
You know,
I won't lie about anything. I never did. I never lied from the very
Well, I think there's necessity for those little white lies
My
you're talking about.
my father told me a long time ago, Basil, have you ever heard of anybody getting caught in the truth? And that's what stuck. People get caught in lies. You can't get caught in the truth.
That's true.
Also, my dad said, it's not worth doing if it's not hard to do. What I'm doing is very hard. Very hard. So it's worth doing. I'm trying to show the world how wrong the system is. It's wrong what the system done to me. And the system is being used by people. I'm not saying there's not abused women out there, and the system is doing the right thing for them, but there's also so many that are using more, I believe, are using the system corruptly. And I believe there's an awful lot of corrupt police. I know that the percentage here in Kilgore is phenomenal of corrupt.
Basil, this is a big burden you've chosen to take on. It's a tough path you're walking here to make this point.
It's the true path.
Is your father still with us?
No. I held his hands when he died. He lived with me. He chose to live with me out of the whole family.
How long ago would you passed away?
I met Natalie at hospice. She was a nurse there approximately 5 years ago. She put the make on me. I didn't even know what was going on. I was trying to take care of my father. She told me later that she was trying to pick me up because she thought my family had money and she was getting divorced. And she got what she wanted. And then she ditched me when it was over. She simply moved on to all my hunting buddies. And then on to somebody else, and then on to somebody else. And whatever.
Did your father know how strongly you felt about the justice system
Yes.
before he passed away?
Yes, and he told me, and said, Basil, you're smart, you could fix it. Can't fix it. Can't fix it unless somebody listens. And I'm not religious. I'm not religious. I am spiritual.
Spiritual?
I believe that there's a big difference.
I understand what you're saying.
And if you did understand, then you'd know the difference between killing and murder. There's an awful big difference.
Well, if I'm hearing what you're saying, there's a purpose to this killing, in the burden that you're trying to take on to change society.
It's called justice. I've never had justice in my life.
From what you've told me, I understand how Natalie and Anastasia fit into this, but I don't understand Carol.
It's the very same thing.
In what sense? What did she do to you? Did she make some allegation against you that was untrue?
Lie for money. Lie for work. And it's Natalie. I spent $200,000 there minimum. She wouldn't even work. She lived off of me. I worked on that farm 3 years and brought it back. I turned it into a farm. She told me everything I was doing was what she wanted. And then when the court system told her, she fought because she thought we were going to get all the money. She was actually practically my lawyer. When she found out that I was going to get nothing, because as the judge said, he didn't believe a word I was saying, And every word I was saying was gospel truth. He chose to not believe it, not see it, not want to know the truth. And he told, I didn't even know it was possible. He gave everything to my wife. And he made me buy my own hunt camera.